Okay, so things seem to be working now. Things should be working now. So, chat, if you are still here, let me know if things are working, because they should be. Just gonna quickly test to make sure it's all functional. Okay. Well, this is weird. We weren't picking up the sax a super lot before as part of the stream audio. Now we are. Hey, Nightly. Actually, I'm gonna need you to say something just to make sure things are working. Oh, good lord. Something else is broken. Fuck me. Hayato, can you hear Nightly? Because I think something else is broken. No, I want to get it working. Just say something real quick. Okay, well. And say something now.
Lately, nightly, the changeling.
Alright, well, they should be able to hear you now.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, I am pooped, but I am back and ready to play some Splatfest.
Alright, well, we're just gonna go for another hour. Do we want to do some turf war together?
I am totally down.
Coolio.
Is Hayato going to be joining us, or?
She was earlier. I'm not sure if the plan is for her to join us again.
What the fuck? So, halftime report. Damn.
Yeah, you're just catching up on the halftime report.
Yeah. Well, we were pretty close.
Yeah, they're only a couple of
Yeah, 2.28% off.
Oh, yeah, Hayato, don't worry about it, you know? Like, we're not trying to rush you into anything.
Yeah. I literally just toned up because I didn't even think I was actually going to make it, because, man.
Yeah, there's literally no rush. Like, I'm going to be on for another hour, another 45 minutes. My timer is just completely wrong. I'm gonna see if I can turn it off here.
So, tell me, have you become the alien's ruler?
Yes, Alien Ruler level 2.
Nicely done.
Yeah, Hayato is in a bit of a bad state right now, and we wish her all the best at getting better. Because honestly, being sick like that sucks. Or not sick, but really bad cramps. Time of the month that really sucks. And
Sorry to hear. I hope you feel better soon.
yeah, we really do.
I will be popping into the lobby. How have you been?
I've been alright. I sadly didn't end up having tacos for dinner.
Oh no, why?
Um, so my boyfriend was planning on making tacos for dinner. However, so we've got two other roommates with us. We've got the person who I've been referring to as my roommate and my roommate's girlfriend.
Yeah.
But she is actually a roommate and she's paying rent as well.
Did they eat the stuff you need to make tacos?
No, they wanted to thank us for being so nice and helping her move in, so they deep fried chicken for us.
Oh, how was it?
It was good. It was good.
Nice.
Yeah. I know some in the South may disagree with me for this, but I'm not a huge fan of bone-in wings, so for me they made some boneless wings.
I'm not a real fan of bones either. It just clinches.
Yeah. Some people think of bone-in wings as heresy. Or boneless.
I think you need
Sorry.
to ready up.
Well, yeah, but we're waiting for a Hayato, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought my apologies.
No, it's totally cool. Yeah, some people look at boneless wings as absolute heresy, and I don't. I'm not a huge fan of bones in stuff.
Other than
Well, yeah, other than the obvious. You haven't been here for the rest of for the other parts of the stream, have you?
I popped in for a brief moment, but for the most part, no.
So, I don't think you saw any of what we were doing in Pokemon and how badly that we failed at that.
I did not.
I also don't think you were there for me singing.
I'm afraid I missed it.
Well, you'll have to watch it on the replay. Unfortunately, we got cut off during the last song because of all of the technical stuff, all technical problems happening.
They just really don't like you.
They really don't, no. Actually, the problems that happened were on my end and my fault. It wasn't actually a Twitch thing.
By they, I mean all the electronics and stuff.
Yeah. Well, see, my computer did the thing that computers are supposed to do, and it tried to connect to what it was the fastest network in the house. Or in the apartment, I should say. However, it's now supposed to be connecting exclusively, the rig that I'm renting, is supposed to be exclusively communicating with the stream hub, or the stream router, and Wi-Fi hub. Or hotspot, or whatever you want to call it. There's some debate over whether it's an access node, or Wi-Fi hub, or Wi-Fi hotspot.
I have any knowledge of those things.
Basically, it's the thing that gives your house wireless internet.
Alright.
But among
Just a horrible boy who doesn't know electronic hardware.
yeah, there's just a debate amongst the IT people about whether it should be called a hub or a node or a hotspot.
Alright.
I personally fall under the node category, though I will, depending on the specific device, tailor what it is. And this thing claims to be a Wi-Fi hub.
Alrighty. I'm so glad I have things set up as they are, because it's nice to get off my feet.
Yeah, during the break at 9 to 9:15, I took a little bit of a walk around. I took a little bit of a walk. So at my computer desk, it's a standing desk, and particularly it's a treadmill desk, which is nice because, well, because you know I don't like desk chairs.
Yes. You have the,
Uh,
reclining chair?
No, I've got a traditional armchair.
Ah. Alright.
But for my desk, I've got a treadmill desk.
Okay.
Meaning that instead of just standing, which actually isn't much better for you than sitting, I've got a treadmill so I can get some exercise. And while I waited for the kettle to boil, I did a little bit on the treadmill.
Alright.
Ah, welcome, Hayato.
Hello, hello, Hayato.
Yeah, so we've connected back to the old network, which hopefully won't have the same problems. I say the old network. We've connected to the network it was always supposed to be connected to, which is the one set up exclusively for streaming. But yeah, they made us boneless wings and French fries. So they made me boneless wings, and they made me and my boyfriend both French fries as a thank you. So that was nice.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Tacos will happen some other night. And they will be just as enjoyed then as they would have been tonight. And if they happen tomorrow, Splatfest will actually be done by the time it's time to eat dinner. Because Splatfest ends at 8 tomorrow.
PM?
What?
PM?
Yeah, 8 p.m. tomorrow.
Alright.
You know, it's funny, ever since the halftime show, I think I've only played like a couple of games against enemies, and it's been exclusively Nessie team.
Wow, no Bigfoot fan.
Well,
Other than the feet pics I saw in the lobby.
well, you know what I half wonder it is? I half wonder if it's matching up Alien players against Nessie players and Bigfoot players against Nessie players.
I wouldn't think so, but just based on the amount of alien players. It feels like they would go for far more team versus team than just simply same team versus same team.
Well, here's what I'm wondering, is if they're trying to... So a big problem has been whoever wins the halftime show is very likely to win the entire thing. And so I wonder if they're trying to... Oh, excuse me. rebalance it such that whoever wins the halftime show is actually at a disadvantage to winning the entire thing.
But if they get more team versus team, that means they have more opportunities for points versus any other team.
That's true, but if they position... But see, if they put Bigfoots versus aliens head-to-head, that means that they're taking points away from a potential winner. Or a potential winner who isn't Nessie. And so they might be trying to incentivize people to actually compete with Nessie over each other. That's just me speculating, though, based on the matches that we've gotten since halftime. The update didn't actually say anything about that, and I went through and read the text of it.
Alright. I suppose we'll have to look into later.
Well, switching back to the stream network seems to have solved things. So the way the network is currently set up is in our room we've got a router put where we used to have a wall clock mounted and cable with duct tape leading out to the central, or sorry, we've got a Wi-Fi hub, yeah, on the hook where a wall clock used to be, which has a cable duct taped all the way out to the central router in the... Yeah, and we only got mirror matches for tricolor, which is kind of funny. Though I am...
How do you get mirror matches for tricolor?
So you know how when we've been playing, we've been getting, you know, us versus ourselves, and they give us two different colors, like we just had this match?
Yes.
Okay, imagine that, but they throw in a third color. And it's just all alien.
I've never seen that before.
We'll have to go and watch the replay then. Or...
Yeah, let's get lucky.
Well, I think we're going to try and do Turf War for the rest of the night. Because we want to try and get a 100 or 300 times match.
Oh, do you have to opt into triple battles?
Yeah, Turf War... yeah, tricolors are now their own separate category. Hey, we're up against Nessies again on Mincemeat Metalworks. Sorry for talking over you.
No worries. You're the streamer. You're supposed to be heard.
Yeah, but you're my guest. You're also supposed to be heard.
People down.
Hayato says Team Nessie are being pussies. Which, if Hayato wasn't a woman, I wouldn't feel comfortable quoting her on that, but, you know. Hayato, you actually weren't... I don't think you were here when we were discussing what we're going to do for a 75 follower special. We will be doing a live drinking game. But instead of doing something, you know, weak and wimpy like alcohol where you can't feel the effects really quickly, we're doing something where the effects are instant and cumulative. We're drinking hot sauce. starting with weak stuff like... So, what's going to happen is viewers will vote on what Mario game on Switch I will be playing, and yes, we are limiting it to Mario games. Sorry to those who might want to see me mess up in multiplayer games. Actually, there are multiplayer Mario games. Yeah, because you've got Mario Kart, Mario Party, stuff like that. But chat will be proposing challenges for me to do in a Mario game, which chat will be voting on and decide which Mario game I'm playing. And every challenge I fail, I will have to take a shot of a progressively hotter hot sauce, ending all the way at hot sauce that is 2 million on the Scoville scale. Unless I can find something even hotter. But yes, we will have 75 hot sauces. And every... Yep.
Oh, no, please continue with your...
Oh, I was just going to say, and for every time someone follows, subscribes, donates tips, or joins the Patreon and I get a little notification about that, I will be taking a shot from a different stack of hot sauces. Well, it'll be the same hot sauces, but it won't count towards the 75 shots, and I will only stop once I have taken all 75 shots. So if it takes me 4 hours, well then I'll be live for 4 hours doing shots of hot sauce. And if it takes me just all of 25 minutes, I will be very, very disappointed in myself, but it'll be all of 25 minutes. Now, I'm fairly good at Mario games, so... They're like the one genre I will let myself toot my own horn about.
Alright.
Not even genre, they're the one game franchise that'll go, oh yeah, I'm actually good at that one. Question, does anyone have XP up right now?
Not currently.
Okay, so then I'm going to stop and quickly re-up.
Okay.
Oh, I think that's the first time I've seen Bigfoot's having won a 100x battle. Okay, I can't re-up for XP, so I'm going to re-up for gold.
I can pop some conches and see if I can get a V-up.
Yeah, speaking of, I'm going to quickly pop my conches as well.
So, my question.
Yes.
Do you know why P-U-S-S-Y is an insult?
Yes.
Why?
I'm assuming because you're calling someone a lady part.
It's actually slang.
Okay.
Its root word is pusillanimous. It's it's a word for coward. And it just got shortened to...
Huh.
Yes.
This was something I was actually unaware of.
Aha! I finally can inform you about a fact.
You can indeed, and just did. Alright, I didn't get anything to pop the XP ups. Do you have any XP ups to pop, or no?
I had to quit out to be able to dodge the game. Oh! It might have just been a personal double EXP. Damn, no. All I have is gold up.
Okay, well, I popped a gold up, so there's no need to pop that. Just take your own personal EXP up.
That will get me more conches so that we maybe can earn a team EXP up.
Yeah, and Hayato is already in a game, so
Yep.
we will wait for her. I saw this really funny comedy skit the other day. Or not comedy skit, but like funny joke from a comedian. So it was a comedian who had come out to her guy friends as being a lesbian, and they were trying to give her advice on going down on a chick, right?
All right.
And they're like, you know, when you go down on a chick, you put on a song and you stay down there and you don't get up until the song is done. Just put your mind somewhere else. You got to prove to you like it. You don't have to like it. And she's like, so that was Steve. And then Tom says, what you got to do is you got to put your mind somewhere else and you got to prove that you like it. And she's like, Tom, meet Steve. Steve, meet Tom. I think you're both gay. And it's like, you know, if you have to prove that you like something,
Even though you don't.
maybe you should just admit you don't like it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's my opinion. If you have to prove you like something, even though you don't like it, maybe just admit you don't like it.
Healthy advice.
Yeah. Now, here's the other thing: is there's this also sort of nascent misogyny that also does sometimes run through male spaces, or sorry, not nascent, but sort of like underlayer of misogyny that some guys do have.
A veneer.
Yeah, a veneer of well, it's not a veneer. It's not a veneer because that's just something that covers up the surface. This is something that does actually like it's below the surface.
Alright.
And like some guys like actually like they don't like being misogynistic, they don't like misogyny, and then there's like but then they're like, you know, you got to prove to a woman that you like it even though you don't, and we all know you don't. And it's like
My kind of boomer humor.
yeah, it's like is this just millennial version of boomer humor? Like, in 20 years, are the jokes going to be that millennials are like, man, I love my wife, but I hate her, you know what? Instead of, I hate my life, I hate my wife.
Why not both?
Actually, yeah, millennials would probably be like, I love my wife, I hate my life.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe just don't be assholes. Wouldn't the world be so much better if everyone had that mentality of, hey, maybe don't be an asshole?
One can only hope.
So, after the Splatfest tomorrow, when it wraps up at 8, I will be taking a break from streaming until tomorrow, until Monday.
Alright.
So pretty much the stream is going to wrap up tomorrow at 8, and I'm going to go raid someone.
Nice. Who are you planning on?
I have no idea.
Alrighty.
I'd say Toby, but he wraps up around 7. So he wouldn't be a valid target for a raid.
True.
And then Monday we'll be going live from 7 till 9 with platformers.
Any specific titles?
Yes. I will be playing some Metroid Dread.
Ah.
And Wednesday from 7 till 9 we will be playing some Breath of the Wild.
Right.
Friday we will be playing... I'm not sure. I'm actually going to let chat vote on a few titles, but I will keep those secret until the time comes.
Right.
And there will be no Saturday or Sunday stream this week. Oh goodness, the stream has gotten frame ratey again. Well, it seems to have stopped. I'm not sure if Hayato is still here or not. No, it's gone frame ratey again, god damn it.
If no one pops up to raid, I could probably stream.
Okay.
I tried to carry over my save into a file, but accidentally just deleted everything, so...
Yeah.
Oof.
Hayato, if you're still here, please throw a message in chat. Meanwhile, I'm going to try and fix the frame ratey issue. I think shortening the stream delay earlier is causing some problems. Chat got really bent out of shape about the 25-second stream delay.
Ah.
Okay. Ah, okay, so you are still here. Cool, I just wanted to make sure. There's some problem going on, and I'm not sure what it is. Okay, stream input. Okay, so I'm gonna add. Okay, so we've got now a 15-second stream delay. It's less than. It's less than before when we had the 25 seconds. It should be enough to help prevent some serious problems. Like the massive frame rate issue that we've been having pretty much since 11. Unless it's the capture card itself and not the stream. I'm gonna try checking the capture card rather than the stream itself to see if that's the source of any of the problems. The capture card does not appear to be the source of the problem. I honestly don't know what's gone wrong with the stream. I'm gonna try one last thing real quick. I'll be back in 1 sec. Alright. So I am Rapid Blaster Deco. And Nightly, how do you feel about being on Inkbrush? And dear God, that's some serious fucking stream delay.
I
Or
could go
stream
ink flush,
clipping.
but I'll have to drop off to be able to change it. Let's go. Which ink flush?
I'm assuming just...
Flat.
I'm assuming just the stock one.
Yeah, I'll have to drop off to go and get it. I don't have a ton of weapons on me, but I can. I do have enough tickets.
Cool.
Why do you ask?
Oh, just because we were doing a randomizer. Where we randomize the weapons. I have one last theory about where the problem is coming from, because it's still persisting, and I'm going to try and fix it.
Alright, I'm joining back in and I have the ink flush. Wait.
Alright, this thing should be fixed now.
Alright.
Well, we're still getting the occasional frame skip, but things seem to be better now.
Is Hayato still here?
Yes, by the looks of it. I'm going to quickly close the room to see if she is still here.
Okay.
Okay, she's not listing as online right now. However, she is still listed as a viewer on Twitch.
Okay.
So it's entirely possible she had to run off, but is still in chat, and we will see her when she comes back. And because all of 11 was, all of the past hour was actually just spent fixing technical problems, I'm going to say maybe we go for another hour?
It's whatever you are for.
I can swing another hour.
Alright.
Ah, she is still here. Yeah, we're gonna swing for another hour because all of the past hour has basically been spent trying to fix technical issues, so... Yeah, we'll wait. Like I said, no rush. We're gonna be going for another hour. Oh, mode update. Please give us Hammerhead Bridge and Surf War. Scorch Gorch and Umi Ruins. Well, those are both good maps. Hey, and Hayato is now showing as online, so I'll be firing open the room. Yeah, yeah, no rush, no rush. Now, because Turf War is such a fun mode and I want to get a lot out of it, tomorrow from when I wake up till 8 p.m. I will be doing exclusively Turf War. Or, exclusively Tricolor, sorry. Because I want to make the most of the time we have with Tricolor. Because, let's be honest, they probably won't continue doing Splatfests beyond, like, you know, 2 years.
Yeah.
And
But
we,
hopefully they would like pop open the mode for like custom play.
hopefully, but there's always the chance that they won't.
Or they lock it behind DLC.
Yeah. Now, I personally think Nintendo are trying to kill off Tricolor mode. Because their actions are consistent with it. Because, like, most updates, they reduce the chances of getting Tricolor, even if you select Tricolor.
Really?
Yeah. This has actually been my first Splatfest of selecting Tricolor and only getting Tricolor.
Wow. That's odd.
Is this stream really buffering that hard? Oh my god. Oh my goodness. It's buffered all the hell on my end, too. Um... I really don't know what's going on with it. All tonight, it's decided to be an ass and not work. She's wondering if we can all do the same emote. What emote do you want to do?
Fair warning, I do not have a ton of emotes.
Alright. I think I have most of them. Alright, she's saying everyone should have later Undertater. Sorry, under later.
Nope. I have repping Incopolis, Envy Please, The Lowdown, Breaking, Flip Out, No Chill, and Stunting. That's all the ones I have.
I personally use stunting as my default one because finger guns. Are you sure you don't have later undulator?
Yeah. I only have 7 emotes. Sorry.
They're saying hat about your move. I'm assuming they mean how about your move? I'm not sure if they mean there's a move. Do you have your move? Nightly?
I'll check. Are they gonna hop on or?
Probably. I'm assuming they're just trying to get something fixed on their end.
I don't.
You don't. Okay.
Again, weapon incopless, envy please, the lowdown, breaking, stuntin', no chill, flip out.
No. Victory Strut was not on the list of ones that Nightly has.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just don't play this a ton.
I'm pretty sure Who's Next is actually the default emote that it comes with.
What do you mean?
That's the one where you sit down.
I think flip out is default emote.
Ah, okay. Actually, do I have breaking? I have breaking. Do you have breaking?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let's go with breaking. See, I don't play Splatoon a huge amount. Splatoon 3 a huge amount. I play it about 3 times a month. You know, I always play during the Splatfests, and then I try and get at least 20 catalog things done every month. And usually I do it in chunks of doing 10 and then another 10. And usually the Splatfests and that gets me the catalog done. We're all here, so here's the crew. Plus I like getting everything from the shops.
No.
By the way, starting production next week is a special video essay on the importance of difficult games.
Ooh.
Because
Like
these...
Dark
From... Well, so... Actually, I don't consider Dark Souls a difficult game.
Interesting.
So, the way I conceptualize difficult games is that there are games that are easy, and there are games that are hard, right?
Yes.
But there are different ways that you can make... Oh god, the stream has just gone to frame rate. Okay, well, we'll have to get this all sorted out tomorrow. I don't have the mental energy to keep fighting with the stream stuff.
Fair enough.
But there are ways that you can make games difficult, and ways that you can make them easy, right? But the way Dark Souls does it is by being... sophisticated in its control scheme and bending you to it. Once you learn Dark Souls' control scheme, however, it is not a particularly difficult game to play. Because you have learned how to play it. Whereas a difficult...
There's still some pretty difficult things.
That's true, but it's no more difficult, than, in my mind, than your average game. I think games that are difficult are actually ones that present simple mechanics that you can easily come to terms with and still present you a hard challenge. Take chess, for example, as a board game, right? Chess is easy to learn. Any Muppet can figure out how to play chess, right? But to be any good at chess, that takes a lot of skill and talent, and that is hard, right?
Sure.
Or, have you played the game Celeste?
Yes.
Okay, Celeste is a hard game. Because you have to figure out how to get through each level. But the base controls of Celeste are easy. They're like that. They click right away.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is actually the hallmark of a difficult game. Is one that's mechanics click right away, the way Mario and Metroid and Zelda and Celeste and the Wario games do it, but that still present you a challenge every level. And it's not just a mechanic...
Like Lobotomy Corporation.
Yeah.
There's very simple things. You have 4 tasks, and everything is just adding complexity onto the task, and the same offering new challenges each month and day.
Yeah, or Pathologic.
Yeah.
Pathologic is very similar to that, in that it presents you with straightforward... Okay, Pathologic actually presents you with a straightforward goal, difficult controls, but it does it for a conceptual purpose. Pathologic is a artistic film of a movie. Of a video game, I should say.
Yes.
So that to me is sort of the basic difference between a hard game and a regular game. Is a regular game will present you with straightforward mechanics and straightforward puzzles to solve, or straightforward challenges, right? Like, what's the challenge in every Mario level?
Get to the flag slash axe.
Yeah. Or castle, or essentially get to the goal.
Yes.
Whereas the challenge in a Zelda game is to kill Ganon. And they have different levels of complexity to those challenges. Now, by the way, I'm not giving away the video by saying this. This is something that most observant humans know. And I think there's a value in both easy games and hard games, and I want to explore what that value is.
I look forward to it.
Well, thank you.
Is it going to be... Are you starting working on it next week, or is it coming out?
Well, the script has entered its final bit of rewrites and polish. It might take me like up to a month to record.
Fair enough.
By the way, Knightley, your with the randomizer, your next weapon is the slosher the tri-slosher, and mine is the splatter shot.
I will definitely need to go pick that up then.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Because there's the thing, actually, is I think there's a value both to easy and to hard games. And what I have planned for my video essays on those is to spend a section talking about a particular... spend a section talking about a couple of... like, if I can word right...
Ward hard.
Yes, word hard. Me dumb. Brain no worky.
Brain no walkie, you know dumb.
So each of the games I want to talk about gets its own section connected to the main opening section and the closing section. Alright, so let's take a quick break for Nately to go grab the tri-slosher.
Another 100 times won by Nessie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna win. I've just seen so many of them.
Well, let's not jinx it yet.
Alright, I've achieved tri-slosher.
And I have opened the room.
randomizer is a fun way to mix this up.
Yeah, it is indeed. Oh crap, I didn't... Sorry, that's my bad. I was like, I wonder why it's not pinging. And it's like, ah, I didn't do it. That's my bad. You alright, mate?
Oh yes, just laughing at a sad story with some funny comments.
Huh.
Yeah. There was a shitstorm going down because a child's goat was illegally seized and killed.
By who?
Do we want to get into it? Because I can absolutely tell you everything.
I am more than curious, so please.
Alright, so, a child in California had a goat which was enrolled in a 4-H project, which is basically trying to teach farmhand kids about raising and slaughtering their own meat.
Yeah, I know what 4-H is. My mum was a farmer, so...
Oh, alright. Apologies.
No problem. You didn't know.
Anyway, the kid had three of their grandparents die on them, and the goat essentially became a support animal. So she didn't want to have it slaughtered. So they attempted to pull out of the auction, which by California law is allowed, since the kid was a minor, and minors aren't allowed to have legally binding contracts.
Okay.
The fair disagreed and would still put it up to auction, which a state senator bought. The mother pleaded with the fair officials and the senator. The senator said, "Oh yeah, absolutely, we can absolutely give it back." The fair officials, however, sent the cops after the goat after the mom took it, since it was legally their animal, and the fair was just going to sell it off after they already didn't stop the auction. A farm that was about 500 miles away posted something about a girl needing a home for a goat. So the fair officials sent the cops 500 miles away to find the goat. It wasn't there because it was being raised with the farm family. Though the wording of the warrant was search any and all storage spaces, outhouses, storage containers, and the like, to the point where the lawyer for the farmers said, "This is a small goat, not Pablo Escobar."
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is absolutely disgusting behavior on the part of the fair officials.
And so the goat was found, taken away, and slaughtered. And the fair officials' defense was, "Well, we just can't offer exemptions to you, or else we would have to offer exemptions to everyone. Children need to know the law."
Alright, so I'm on Dually Squelchers. I am more than happy to run that. So here's the thing. The kid is well within their rights to back out.
Yes. The comment I laughed at was,
By the way, you're on Slosher.
whoops.
Well, you can run Slosher next round.
The comment I laughed at was someone explaining this to someone and saying, "Well, the senator didn't really have too big a part in it, and yeah, and I believe senator cannot resurrect goats."
Yeah, I'm just hearing this, and I'm thinking I'm sorry, in California, minors, actually, in no state should minors be able to enter legally binding contracts, first off. But secondly, in California, they are expressly forbidden or expressly unable to enter legally binding contracts. So...
Well, the contracts are unable to be legally binding, as in minors can pull out of them with reasonable notice, which was given.
Yeah, so, in my mind, these fair officials are actually criminals.
Yes. And they called in the police for a civil case, which also makes it a criminal offense for misusing the police.
Yeah.
It's just fucked up in so many ways.
And in my mind, the cops should have known better.
Yeah, but probably since they saw the fair officials just said, "Oh, this is a state senator's goat for slaughter," they just went all gung-ho and wasted so much taxpayer money getting a goat that wasn't even there, and then finding the goat and slaughtering it.
Yeah, when the legal owner of the goat, like, there's something to be said about maybe making a bit of restitution with the senator, right? Like, he spent good money on a goat, right?
It was offered. The mother of the girl offered to repay both the senator and the fair.
Yeah.
The fair was owed $63.
Yeah, like, in my mind, it's like...
$902 were spent by the senator. The senator waived all of it and just said, "Oh yeah, absolutely, let the little goalkeeper go," and maybe just send it to a farm to help with weeds and the like.
Yeah, like seriously, like, the senator is the one who in this is possibly the wronged party. Like, he is the only possible person who could claim to have been wronged by any of this. Sorry, I should clarify. The girl pulling out, the senator is the only one who is in theory wronged by this, right?
Correct.
Like the fair has done their job. They have auctioned off a goat, right?
That
At
goat
that,
that legally wasn't even theirs at the time of sale, but yes.
yeah, but that's the fair's job. Is they're there to auction off a goat, and they auctioned off a goat. After that, it's entirely between the seller and the buyer to settle things. You know, like, that is my understanding of how county auctions work. You know, this isn't like an art auction where the art house has purchased it or has, explicit legal agreements where it's their property technically and the seller will receive X amount of the total selling price or X percentage of the selling price.
Yeah, it's just so messed
Yeah, like,
up on so many levels and just ACAB, but in this case it wasn't entirely their fault.
well, no, they were operating on bad info.
Yes. But still, they were used. Someone in the chain of command should have realized this is a civil case, not a criminal case.
Yeah. Now, one thing that that cops in both Canada and the United States are known for is not actually understanding what the hell the difference is. Because cops aren't trained on what the law is.
No, they are not. And I will switch over to the slush.
Actually, Hayato says just switch over to your main.
Oh.
So I'm going back over to Splat Doolies.
Well, you know what my main is.
The Brella.
Wow, we've got a lot of dualies.
DJ Woomy on Doolies, Nightly on Undercover Brella, me on Splat Doolies. And yeah, pretty good looking lineup.
Just wow.
Yeah. Well, see, here's one thing I do have a little bit of sympathy with the cops on. They're not actually taught what the law is. That is a failing on both the part of the police unions, in my mind, and on police training, but not on the cops themselves.
I don't have sympathy for cops that don't know the law, because if you don't know the law, why are you becoming a cop?
So, here is my understanding of what specifically cops are told, given I have a friend who is working to become a Mountie in specific, which outside of Ontario functions as the police. So they get taught about criminal law and what is legal and illegal at a federal level, but not specifically the understanding, wording, and application of law, nor certain cases under which it is used, right? So for example, let's take the difference between criminal and civil law for a minute, right? So in civil law, you have a concept called forfeiture, or actually, let's not do forfeiture for a minute, because cops actually do understand that one in the States.
Because they take everything.
Yeah, civil asset forfeiture. Let's take fraud, for example. All right? The police are not sent to investigate fraud. What they're sent to investigate or deal with is apprehend someone apprehend someone operating a business or something under false pretense, which is a criminal charge, not a civil charge. They may also be civilly charged with fraud, but what they're doing is they're operating under false pretenses, which is a crime. Now, what they might have heard in this case is, someone stole a goat. It's entirely possible that's what the cops were told, is someone stole a goat from the auction. And if they're operating on that information, well then, someone has committed a crime and it's their job to stop it. Right? Like, now, what they won't be told, probably, is the background context, which would actually say, okay, this is a civil matter, which makes it not under our jurisdiction. Now, here's the thing, the auction could have actually said that what happened was false pretense, and therefore a crime that the cops had to stop, or had to solve, or put a stop to, or rectify, in which case they were operating under a different set of bad information. Now, the friend of mine who's working to become a member of the RCMP, their background is actually in law, like proper law. Their original idea was to become a lawyer, but they essentially couldn't find anywhere willing to take them coming out of UFT, and having not worked anywhere right now. The legal profession in most of Ontario is full up. So they're working to become a member of the RCMP, so that way they can do some good for normal people.
Nice.
Yeah, because the RCMP in Ontario, what they mostly do... So, the United States does police different than Canada. So, in the States, you guys all have state police, and then you have federal troops, or federal cops, that can also be called in.
We also have sheriffs.
Yeah, you've also got sheriffs, which is its own fucked up thing.
Yeah.
But, so in Canada, all provinces have the RCMP, which operate as a branch of the federal government serving local provincial governments. Additionally, what you might have is a province might have their own police force, the way Ontario has the OPP, or the Ontario Provincial Police. What essentially happens to the Mounties, or the RCMP, is that they essentially become a specialist sort of thing. So, for example, executing federal warrants goes to the RCMP, but executing provincial warrants would go to the OPP. Additionally, the RCMP tends to have a lot higher standards when it comes to their investigations than your standard police force would.
Oh, if only American police would have standards.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. When someone joins the police force in the United States, they sort of become a pseudo-military-ish group. The RCMP actually are, in theory, a military group.
I mean, we've got Geneva Convention defying weaponry we use against our civilians.
Yeah, whereas Mounties ride around on horses.
Yes.
You know, they carry rifles, maybe a saber.
Don't
Tr-
worry, we have sonic weapons that deal permanent healing damage.
Yeah, I mean, we've got guns too, you know. Like, you know, our cops can get access to really crazy shit, but they're usually not. Cops carrying the really crazy shit isn't a normal thing. Like, for example, a member of the RCMP in what are called work uniforms, which is pretty much what normal cops in the States wear, but red, they have to file a report if they so much as unholster their gun. Like, if they so much as pop it open to pull it out to check it, they have to file a multi-page report on that.
If only.
Yeah, which makes them a lot more hesitant to pull out a gun and shoot someone. Now, that also holds true with the OPP, is they have to pull out, you know, every time they, you know, pull out their gun, they have to write a multi-page report about it. However, here comes...
We can't even pass out legislation to keep the fucking officer cams on.
Yeah. Well, we have trouble with that here, too. I think the biggest reason why we have that sort of view is that up until the 70s, our cops didn't carry guns at all. Like, they were armed, but, like, their guns were kept in the back of the police cruiser. What they had on them was they had, like, clubs to beat people with. to maintain order. Which, not a good idea to beat people to try and maintain order, but it's certainly a hell of a lot better than a gun that you can go bang, 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 bang with. Beating someone to death with like a 4-inch, a 4-inch, not 4-inch, but like 12-inch club is a lot harder to do than trying to kill someone to death with a gun. Doable, yes. Easy, no.
Easy, less likely for one tap, if at all, and it requires... To beat someone to death with it, I would imagine requires a lot of intention and time.
Yeah, there's the thing. Humans don't like killing each other, which is oddly surprising. Guns are particularly dehumanizing.
Yeah.
Like, because you think about it for a minute, like, if you try and kill someone with, like, a gun or a sword, right, like, you've got to really go at it. You know, it's not easy. Or, sorry, with a... Sorry, with, like, a club or a sword, it's not particularly easy. But, like, a gun, like, just aim for the head. Boom. Done.
Or the heart.
Even that one is not a sure... that's not even always a sure thing.
Oftentimes, though, it hits the lungs instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is not a pleasant topic, so...
Yeah, let's get off it. But yeah, I have a little bit of sympathy for the cops in that case.
Yeah.
You know, do I like what they were... this is the first Bigfoot I think we've done all day.
I guess he isn't real. Or he is real, and this is just the one sighting of him we'll ever get in our lifetime.
That's fair, yeah. So on a slightly lighter topic, most Canadians do not call Bigfoot Bigfoot.
Sasquatch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We even have a province named after Sasquatch.
Saskatoon?
No, Saskatchewan.
Ah.
Though, I think, yeah, the Saskatoon River is in Saskatchewan. I think.
Ah.
Because our provinces and territories are Newfoundland and Labrador, PEI, Nova Scotia, Quebec,
Mondour is
New Brunswick.
beautiful.
Yeah, we've got New Brunswick as well. Then there is Ontario, where I'm from. You've got Manitoba, or Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, BC, the Northwest Territories, the Yukon Territory, and Nunavut. And why is it called Nunavut, you might ask? Because Nunavut is livable. The stereotype of Canada being a frozen hellscape where people live in, you know, igloos. Yeah. That's pretty much where the stereotype comes from. Actually, it's
So I
funny.
guess if people buy into the stereotype, you'll be having Nunavut.
Actually, it's kind of funny. Back in the so there's a show that was on Canada on Canadian airwaves for decades called The Mercer Report, hosted by Rick Mercer. And in the very early 2000s, he went to New York to talk to New Yorkers about Canada. Now, he specifically went to the New York side of the Niagara Falls. right? So he wasn't even going, like, New York, New York, like... So pretty close to the border. And one question he asked was, with global warming affecting Canada particularly, how do you think they should stop it? And one of the people, and so they asked for examples, and the example he gave was, well, global warming is helping to to melt the Great Igloo where Canadian government is held. And they're like, oh, that's terrible. We should really get on that. And so many Americans took him seriously that we just have this structure called the Great Igloo. There is no such structure. There is no the Great Igloo.
To be fair, if I told you there was the massive gun museum of Gunpowder, Colorado, would you believe me if it existed?
I would be willing to buy that a museum like that might exist in the
In
States.
Gunpowder, Colorado?
It wouldn't be Gunpowder, Colorado. No.
Interesting.
Because the Gunpowder, Colorado is just too on the nose. That trips my bullshit detector. But if you told me that there was a guns and munitions museum in Colorado or in Texas or in Florida or in Georgia or even Wisconsin, I'd believe you.
Alright.
And if it had a slightly less on-the-nose name, like Gunpowder, I might have actually fully bought it. Like, if you said that there was the Guns and Munitions Museum in Smithton, Virginia, then I would have been like, oh, yeah, I can buy that. I can see, that sort of thing existing in the States.
Alright.
Here's one thing you might not know that exists in the States, actually, is a Museum of Color.
Oh, I absolutely know that it exists. I've been there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Now, suppose I told you Canada has a tourist trap called the Big Nickel. Would you believe that?
Yes.
Any particular reason why you would believe that we had a tourist trap called the Big Nickel?
Because we have a tourist trap that's the biggest ball of yarn.
Fair enough. Also, we have a tourist trap that's called the Big Nickel. I've been there. It's great.
Alright.
It's not even the world's biggest nickel either. It's not even Canada's
Not
biggest.
even the biggest nickel, it's just a big nickel.
Yeah, it's not even the biggest nickel in Canada.
What?
Yeah, it's not even the biggest nickel in Canada.
Where is the biggest nickel in Canada?
I don't actually know. But what the Big Nickel is, so in Canada, up until the 70s, all nickels, and by the way, that word has now lost its meaning, but the 5-cent coin was made out of solid nickel.
Yeah.
And the Sudbury mine in Sudbury, Ontario, is where almost all of the nickel for those coins came from, up until the 70s, when it started providing all of the nickel plating for those coins. Because now nickels are all made out of zinc, with a nickel plating put on them.
Yeah. I don't know why we print pennies anymore. It's just not worth it.
Yeah. But anyway, that's why there's a big nickel there.
It's literally just dropping air into these things.
Yeah. Also, funny thing about the big nickel, actually made out of nickel.
Alright?
Yeah.
I honestly wouldn't say that's funny. I would say that's to be expected.
Well, the world's biggest penny is not made out of copper. It's copper plated, but it's not made out of copper. It's actually made out of steel.
That seems even more expensive than copper.
Yes, but it's more robust. Copper's a particularly soft metal.
Yes.
Though a surprisingly underrated tourist trap in Canada is the Big Toonie.
That. Also, is there a randomizer or?
No. I think we're just gonna stick with our current loadouts, because I think this is the last game of the night.
Alrighty. I think I may just make Alien Ruler based off it.
Nice.
I have 11 more. Yeah, 11 more points to go before I become ruler.
Actually, do you know what a toonie is?
Fish?
No, that would be a tuna.
Yeah, I know, but everywhere has different ways of saying it.
Fair enough. So, in the States, do you guys have a $1 coin? I don't think you do, but do you?
Yes, silver dollar.
Okay, but is it worth $1?
Yes, it's a silver dollar.
Okay.
It's very rare because they don't print them anymore, but yeah.
Okay, so in Canada, we have a $1 coin. It's called the loonie.
Alright.
It's called the loonie because it's got a loon on it,
Oh, alright.
which is a bird.
A giant coin printed with a tuna?
No, actually, the toonie has a polar bear on it. And toonie is not even its official name. Technically, it is the Canadian $2 coin. But no one calls it a Canadian $2 coin. No one even calls it a $2 coin. We all just call it a toonie. I think it kind of looks like a British £2 coin, though I've never seen a British £2 coin.
I certainly have.
So, you know how a nickel has, like, 11 sides on it?
No.
Oh, do American nickels not have flat sides?
No. Every single coin has sides with bits on it.
Yeah, that's fair, actually. So, Canadian nickels have flat sides, as do our loonies.
Alright.
But the toonie, imagine a coin that's roughly...
Octagonal?
No, 50% larger than a quarter. And then imagine someone put a nickel in the center of that coin, but the nickel was orange. But not like penny orange, but like lighter than a penny orange, sort of yellowish, goldish in color. And on the front it has a bear, and on the back it has the queen.
Wouldn't it be the king now?
They haven't actually minted the king's coins yet. Because he does not have an official profile photo, official profile carving yet, so we cannot get those minted yet. Plus, they're actually doing a black toonie in remembrance of the queen before they do that. The toonie is the one that gets all the fun variants. Well, the toonie and the quarter get all the fun variants. Like, I've got a Legion... So I do a little bit of coin collecting because it's fun. I've got a... actually, the Legion does tend to get loonies when the Legion wants to put out specialty coins.
What is the Legion?
Oh, it's like the VA.
Oh.
Yeah. So, you know what? Let's do one... You hate meme teams. Yeah, meme teams aren't super fun. You know what? Let's do one more round so I can finish explaining what the a thought I've got in my head. So, the Legion is like the VA, kind of. So there's the Royal Canadian Legion, and then there's the Lions Hall, which are two separate
That's
organizations.
a really cool name.
Yes, the Lions Hall. So the Legion tends to work with the Lions Hall a lot. The Lions Hall is a private organization that was started by veterans initially, and the Legion now does a lot of the stuff that the Lions Hall used to do. The Lions Hall mostly rents out venues these days.
Interesting.
Well, sorry, they own venues and then they rent them out to other organizations. Including the Legion. But the Legion owns, like, bars, they own buildings, they own meeting places, stuff like that. And usually whenever the Legion does up a special coin, or, sorry, whenever the Canadian government wants to give a special military coin out, they'll usually get the Legion to design it, and they'll usually put it on the loonie. Whenever Olympic stuff happens, it usually goes on the quarters. Though, whenever Olympic season rolls around, all of the dollars as well get the little Olympic rings put on them underneath the maple leaf on the tails side where the loon is.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Your coins are much more interesting than ours.
are
Usually, all the interesting stuff is on the dollars.
you mean the paper bills?
Yes.
Which aren't actually paper, they're fabric.
Yes.
And Americans make fun of Canadians for having monopoly money,
Yeah.
because ours is colorful.
Yeah. Though cash is kind of dying out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Credit cards and online.
Yeah, well, even our money is actually plastic nowadays. In Canada, like, our bills are now plastic. Which makes it really annoying when they get creases in them, because they're never coming out. Like, with a fabric bill, you could, like, actually, like, press it and treat it like a piece of fabric. Because it was.
Iron it.
Yeah, you could actually iron your money when it was
We
fabric.
need to do some money laundering.
But, like, you're literally just washing money.
Yes.
There was actually a laundromat that had a money launderer where they advertised that we'll launder your money, and they've had the cops called on them so many times when they did that, and it was literally like, no, we have a special machine for washing money.
Although that is where the tone comes from.
Yeah, but they literally wash money.
Yes. It's funny.
Yeah, they got it because back in the day, they used to have those machines where you could put in $1 and get out 4 quarters. Back when Canada had a dollar bill. But the issue was, all the money that they were getting was all grody and stuff, and who wants to deal with that? So they just threw it so they bought a special washing machine for it. But then they thought, hey, why don't we offer this as a novelty service? You bring us money, and you'll get it back, washed and in bundles with, like, little labels saying how much was on it, and they'll all be ironed, and won't that be neat? Yeah,
It was fun playing with you.
it was, yeah. Anyway, I'd like to thank everyone who is watching for putting up with the really bad frame rate quality. Hopefully things got better. I'm not sure if they did or not. Hayato, thank you so much for playing with us. The randomizer was actually a really fun idea, and I hope to keep doing it tomorrow. As I hopefully will have both of you on and working to do some tricolor because that is honestly a mode I love and want to do more of to make the most of it while it's still here. Knightley, do you
I
have
will
any
be on.
cool? Do you have any closing thoughts before we go?
Well, I made Alien Ruler, and I may be streaming sometime soon. It will be Lobotomy Corp. And thanks for having me.
No problem. And I'd like to thank our viewers at home for being here and making this a fun stream. I hope you guys will take care of yourselves and have a good rest of your day, be it morning, night, evening, afternoon, whatever. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a good one. You can also find us over on Twitter and YouTube and Twitch at nitsuch_nobel. If you want to get the link to our Discord or YouTube or Twitter, please put bang shill in the... bang, by the way, is the exclamation point symbol. Programmers call it bang. So yeah, you can do that in chat to get links to the Discord and Twitter and YouTube. Twitter is where you can get notifications about schedules, when we're going live, and all of that good stuff. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a good one.
Alrighty. That was really fun. I'm glad that we had that